I've been really interested in trying to learn how to do digital animation using the models in Studio and taking them over to Blender to do the animation part. So in this video, I'm going to take you through doing a very simple animation like this one here and show you the steps involved in taking a model from Studio and doing this. As I mentioned, I really want to learn how to do Lego animation in Blender and other 3D editing software. I have shown previously that there's animation features in Studio, but I want to take it beyond that and actually have my builds moving, and if there's play features, showing those moving around and maybe creating landscapes in the background. So this is going to be a journey for me. I am very new to digital animation, so I hope my journey will help you along as I go along and progressively learn how to do this better. To start, I designed this train over the last week, and I thought it would be really cool just to have a simple animation of it going back and forth like you saw in the introduction. So in this video, I'm going to take you through the steps on how to do that. In my next video, I'm actually going to show you how to do stop motion with Studio, but in this one, I really wanted to focus just on the digital animation part. Before I continue, a quick reminder about the Studio Lego Designers Facebook group. This group continues to grow, and there's a lot of great contributions happening from all the members. It is a fantastic, positive group to join and get your questions answered or offer advice or show off your works that you've created in Studio. So if you wish to join that community, go on over to Studio Lego Designers Facebook page. The link will be in the description below. As well, for those that don't know, I am a freelance commission Lego designer. So if you have a project you wish to see brought into reality in brick form, then please get in touch with me. Also, I create instructions for other designers, so if you have a design that you wish to have instructions created for it, please get in touch. Thank you so much. First thing we have to do is take our model out of Studio and export it as a 3D file, and that's easy enough to do in Studio. You go to File on the top left-hand side and Export as Collada. You have two options when you have your 3D file. If it's a small file, you could take it right over to Blender and import it there. I'll show you how to do that later. The other option, if you have a big file, is to first take it to MechaBricks. And why you do that is if you try to directly load a large model into Blender, there's going to be all sorts of artifacts, like each stud will have the Lego mark on it, and that's really unnecessary unless you're actually trying to get the animation to focus in on the Lego studs. MechaBricks, if you're not familiar with it, is another digital design platform similar to Studio. Just like LCAD and Studio, MechaBricks has its good points and its bad points. That's why I think it's a great thing for Lego designers to be able to use all of these different types of tools. One of the good things in MechaBricks is if you export the file as a 3D file, it actually cleans up a lot of the artifacts and makes it much easier to import models into Blender. I should mention I will include all of the links to Blender and MechaBrick so that you can go and download the software, and in the case of MechaBricks, open up an account and start designing there. In MechaBricks, you're going to go to the workshop, and from here you can create your account. I'm already logged into mine, and you can import your file as an IO file, and you just select the file you want to bring in. And I, of course, will bring in the train. When you upload your file, you might find that some of the pieces are in the wrong spot or some parts are missing from your design. For instance, here the handrails are missing, and when I loaded it, the wheels for the train were missing. So those parts you can just go and find and replace. If you have a serious issue, just try reloading the file again and see if that fixes it. But there's probably going to be things that you have to do. I just noticed another part on the top of here that was missing. So just be aware that you're going to have to take a little time to tidy up your design when you bring it into MechaBricks. It would be really nice if you could go directly from Studio into Blender and be able to remove the studs and all of those artifacts that you don't need. I am actually going to make that suggestion in the Studio forums, so if you go there you can support that thread and maybe they'll make that change. For now, this is the option we have available, so we will go to File and Export. And again, we are going to export it as a collada, and we want to make sure that the logo on studs is not selected, and then you can export that one. When you open up Blender, you can just delete the box in the middle here and go to File on the top left hand side, Import, and import your collada. When that has imported, now you can start working on the animation. So first thing you're going to have to do if you have something that's really complicated like this is turn this into a group. So with the object selected, you are going to press Ctrl and G, which turns that into a collection, and then you're going to want to parent it. So you right click on the model and go down to Parent and Object. You can alternatively press Ctrl P. There's a lot of information on YouTube about animation in Blender, so I'm not going to get into a lot of it. There's a great beginner's tutorial that I will put a link to so you can go watch that. In this case, all we want is to get the train to move back and forth. And we're going to do so by creating some keyframes. And if you're not used to video editing, it might be an unfamiliar term. A keyframe is just simply a point that you want the action to start and stop at. In this case, we just want the train moving back and forth, so we're going to go to the location X, and there's a little dot on this side. You're going to click that, which sets our first keyframe. And the next thing we need to do is to set where we want our stopping point to be. So we're going to open up the keyframe window at the bottom here, and we are going to just take it to 50, and we will set where we want our train to end at 50. And again, we are going to press that little diamond here now and move our keyframe along again to 100. Then move the train back and press the diamond key again. So now if we go back to 0, and we'll just click off our model so we can see it better, and then we'll just angle it so we're seeing the side of the train, and press the play animation button. You can see our train is now going back and forth. Just like in real filmmaking, there are lots of options with your cameras and your lighting. Again, I'm not going to get too involved into that right now. I'm just going to show you that you can take your camera and drag it around where you want it so that you can get the frame exactly how you wish. After you get the camera where you want it, you can go to View, Cameras, and set active object as the camera. And then you'll see the train in the corner here. Now when we play the animation, we will only see what parts of the train are actually going to be in this middle window. So our camera here is set way far away from our object so we don't see it too well, but I'm not going to worry about messing around with that right now. You can go and experiment with that and figure out where you think the camera is best for your animation. To get out of that view, you're going to go to View, Cameras, and then Active Camera, and that'll bring you to the bigger screen. And then you can use the Move option or the Rotate to set the camera how you want it. The Rotate puts it on this gimbal so you can twist it around. And the last thing you're going to do is check the animation. So up in the top bar there is an animation tab. You can go click on that and it will show you what your view is at the moment. And again, you can go to View, Cameras, set active object as camera, and it will match up there. And play your animation again just to make sure. And if you're happy with that, then you can go and render it out. To render your file, you're going to go on the right hand side now. There's a series of tabs. You're going to click on the tab that says Render Properties, and if EV is not selected, select EV and go down to the next tab. This is where we can change the folder to where we want the files to go, and also we can adjust our start and end times so that we can narrow down where the animation is happening at. If you want to have a transparent background so you can put another background behind it in your video editor, what you're going to want to do is go to Render Properties and then Film and select the transparent option. After you've done all that, you're going to go to Render on the top bar and Render Animation. Depending on your hardware and how many things you have going on in the animation is going to determine how quickly the render happens. For this one, for me, it didn't take very long at all. In fact, I found it pretty much the same as rendering out a picture in Studio, so I was really impressed with the speed. And then all I did to get this image was throw a background in it in my video editor. I didn't even worry about details like having tracks or anything. I just wanted to get a simple movement going on, and this was the result. So hopefully that gave you a very brief insight into doing a simple animation. I know I went through it fast, but you should be able to go back through the video and figure it out step by step. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'm happy to help out. If this video has helped you out, please take the time to like, subscribe, and share the video out so that others can enjoy it. As I mentioned in the next video, I will take a look at doing stop motion animation. If you take a look at the video I did for the tank last week, all I did was some simple stop motion animation to get that turret to turn, so I will show you how to do that. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. Keep dreaming of bricks. Bye bye.